Hello and welcome to Bodied, a Cloud9 fancast. I'm your host Havokpus, and I'm joined by my co-host Frozencreek. How's it going?
Hello, hello. It has been hot as heck here. I'm not sure how it compares to what it's like down south, but for us up here, I took a walk yesterday and I came back covered in sweat. It was not a good
Uh,
experience,
yeah, that sounds awful. Miss
but
me, miss me with that.
yeah, I force myself to go on walks, and it's okay, except like from November to January or February, and then for like two months into the summer. But
It would have been funnier if you were like, no, yeah, I forced myself to go on walks. It's fine except from like November to October. It's like, well, that's just the whole year.
which is almost true. There's like 4 months in there where it's like 60s and 70s, or I can
Mhm.
like throw on a sweatshirt. It's perfect.
Yeah,
But I'm told it's good for me, so I continue to do it.
see what you're told. Uh,
Or
we got,
before we jump into things, we
yeah.
did show up on another podcast. It was uh da- Daily Fantasy Summoner with Chris. His name is he's Prime3 LOL on Twitter, which is PRIM3 LOL on Twitter. We talked mostly about Cloud9. We reminisced a little bit, and we had quite a bit of a chat, I believe. We will retweet the link to it today, meaning Wednesday, but it came out yesterday to when this podcast comes out. So check that out. Probably about a half hour, so not too bad.
Yeah. We mostly talked about just like sort of how the show got started, how we got into Cloud9, and kind of what our feelings are with what's going on with the team at the moment. But it was a pretty fun interaction. We really appreciate being able to be on his show, and it's a pretty fun listen if you got a second.
Yeah, it's not long, so definitely go check it out.
Yes, please do. We got some stuff. I did want to mention that Rainbow Six did beat Fnatic in a pretty barn burner of a game, 8-7. Uh, maybe this is where the team turns around. I don't know. I think before this they lost maybe like one or two games. So, we
Yeah,
don't
I guess it
know
was
just
super
yet.
hype. I guess there was a one v4 clutch to win it. I was following the tweets a little bit this morning. I wasn't watching it, but I did see all of the tweets, and it sounded super hype.
Yeah, it was very from what I saw, it was very exciting. And
Yeah,
I didn't watch it, but it sounded super cool.
yes. Yeah, so hopefully that's the revival of Rainbow
Yeah,
Six.
yeah, hopefully. Um, moving on, we our Valorant team finally played. They were playing in the first round of the VCT Challengers or whatever you call it. Uh, yeah, it was the VCT Stage 3 North American Challengers 1. I know that's a mouthful. Uh, they looked pretty good. They did lose to Rise Nation 0-2 in the round of 16, which is kind of unfortunate. I think there were a lot less upsets this qualifiers actually, or this first round, but I think we can't be too hard on the team. This is Zeppa's like first like competitive event with the C9 Blue team, along with I think we're maybe trying out some other stuff. I think everyone's trying to get used to how Zeppa's playing and figuring out what to do. And this is our first time back in like I think like maybe 2 months, like 2.5 months of play, from like an actual like serious event. So outside of scrims and just playing by yourself, it can get a little bit to kind of get back up to speed. But I think overall the team looked good. Leaf looked good, Zeppa looked good. Zeta, everyone looked good. I think it's just a matter of getting more in sync with Zeppa. Everyone kind of figuring out what to kind of do because the game's probably changed a little bit since last we left off.
Yeah, I actually didn't watch the Rise Nation game, but they played an earlier game that I watched part of. I don't know. I didn't watch the full thing, but the one that they won, the first game.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
The
not sure
one
who they
before
played.
that was against Team Basilisk.
Maybe that's right. I don't know,
Maybe, I don't know.
but they won, so that was nice.
They did win. That's the important thing.
Yeah, and I had my Twitter notifications off all weekend because I didn't want to spoil LCS. So
Which
I
is
guess
understandable.
so I guess I just missed it. But do you know if they're back in action soon? I assume they played the round of 16 what, Saturday or Sunday or something.
Yeah, that was like, oh geez, I think that was, let's see. Oh, it says it right here. That was the 4th, which was Sunday. Yes.
Okay, so the finals probably next weekend is my guess.
I would assume so.
So hopefully that means a new tournament is coming up in a few weeks then.
Yeah, hopefully so. I'm not sure exactly when they will play next. We don't know yet, but definitely going to be on the lookout because I want to see this team play again. I want to see us do well. I want to see us improve. And yeah, hopefully the team does better next time around. I really want to see us, you know, do good and maybe try to get to one of those slots to the big international lands because I think we
Yeah.
have it in us because we were so close last time and we narrowly lost. But we'll have to
Yeah.
see.
I
But
imagine that's going to be based around Worlds then.
yeah,
So
probably.
yeah, that should be
Yeah.
good timing. Which will be super fun to see because it would have been nice to see Cloud9 play at MSI followed by that tournament, but it wasn't meant to be, I guess.
Yeah.
But talking about things that weren't meant to be, um, Cloud9 Amateur, they played in the Ryzen Champions League this week. They beat Maryville on Monday, and then on Tuesday they played Wildcard Gaming Red, who has former LCS MVP Arrow and two former Academy players in Brandini and Winston. They lost the first two games. Won next two. The fourth game actually got remade, but Captain Shrimps it was playing Gangplank mid, which was something to see. But they ultimately fell in game 5. Arrow was playing Varus, and he hit a lot of arrows, and we couldn't quite bring it back after we fell behind. But that does qualify us for proving grounds in a month or two. So it'll be big to see two Cloud9 teams there.
Yeah, I will say even though it was a very narrow loss, our last two games for amateur, they were bangers of a match. It was really back and forth. Teams were both teams were clearly like playing really hard to try to win, and we just kind of fell short in that last match. I am really really impressed and really proud of what the amateur team was able to do. Especially with being they were down 0-2 in that finals match, for example. To be able to kind of like pull themselves up and just be like, all right, we just gotta win one, and then we can get back in it. So I really appreciate their ability to kind of get back in it, so to speak.
Yeah, and in like the amateur scene is a weird scene because most of the LCS teams, their amateur players are like actually amateurs, like Captain Shrimps or Speedo and such on our team, but like some of the other teams, like Wildcard
Yeah, it's like you literally
Red
played in
has
LCS
Arrow,
like 2 years ago.
or yeah, they have Arrow. The team that won Spring had like 2 or 3 former LCS players. Winston was just on a team with Zazel and Dokla, and like it's just like a really weird scene to be in. And I think it's good that all of these former pros are still playing because it is like a good gatekeeping thing. But I think Cloud9 Amateur has really stepped up from spring, so that was good to see them qualify. The only thing that sucks is that I don't think they'll play until Proving Grounds, which I'm not quite sure when that is, but I'm assuming our academy team is going to qualify too, though.
Yeah, I would assume so. Do you know our record for Academy? Not to put you on the spot.
I can have it in a second.
But while you're looking at that, yeah, I think that the team really did step up a lot.
We're 4-2, but it's weird because of it doesn't show draws.
Oh right, yeah, it's best of twos, and we've had a few of those.
So, but we're in 4th place right now, and I'm not exactly sure how many are gonna qualify, but last time it was 7 auto qualified. So I would imagine that we're gonna get in there.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. Uh, that should be interesting. I really want to see the amateur team play the academy team. You know, anytime we have the opportunity to have like two of our teams play each other, I instantly am like, yes, let them fight. I want to see who the better team is. I want to see I want to see them duke it
Yeah, it
out.
should be fun. Yeah. Actually, we might see them play again because Wildcard Red won the first tournament. So, and they played in this one, which I think is a better way to do it. But I guess maybe we'll see him again. I guess that's to be determined by us because there's not a ton of information on this stuff, so it's always tough to find.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like the academy teams for the I mean for the amateur stuff, it just kind of pops up and it's just kind of like, hey, we're playing, and it's just like, oh, like now? Yeah, now. Oh, okay. Uh, cool.
Yeah, and like I was trying to do some hyping up for it, so we'll see. I'm not exactly sure how old any of our amateur players are, but I hope that next year we can see a few of them play in a academy, whether it's on our team or someone else's team.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like Captain Shrimps and um,
The
are,
Speedo has potential, but I'm not quite sure he's there
which one
yet.
is Speedo?
Top laner.
Okay, I I I don't know all of our amateur players. I feel kind of bad, but at the same time, there's only so many players I can memorize
Yeah.
in my brain, and I
In
don't watch the amateur team enough.
or in Wix he seems okay, but I'm not sure how old he is. If he's like 17, then he might have a chance at making it. But if he's like 20, then I would assume probably not. But I can't seem to find any of their ages, so we'll just have to see. But yeah, I actually LCS Proving Grounds, no start date, so never mind. But going on to Academy.
I actually can't recall much of the games for Academy. Uh,
Uh, I probably watched them, but I do
we
know
did go
that
1-1 against Team Liquid and 2-0 against TSM Academy.
yes, I don't exactly remember the games, but that is how it shook out. Overall, we are 4-4-2, so we are +4. I it, I don't know what that means, but it looks like the top 6 will qualify for Proving Grounds for sure.
All right. Well, top six is a pretty doable metric, I think, for the academy team. So I think that they can do
Yeah.
that.
Uh-huh. Um, yeah, this week they do have a little bit tougher of a week. FlyQuest and Evil Geniuses are second and fifth, respectively. So I would try and keep an eye out for that because there should be some good games. Contracts might be playing. FlyQuest is, I guess, it's going to be Palafox and Diamond playing because it
I don't
looks
know
like
what they're gonna do for their top lane, since I believe they're gonna be moving up Kumo, uh, due to the latest drama update. Licorice was traded to the Golden Guardians, and Kumo, I believe, is going to be their starting top laner now.
they did make an announcement of some sort, but two former Cloud9 guys getting a roster spot is always a good thing. That also includes Tomo, um, maybe Diamond. I'm not sure, but Tomo for sure. Huge fan of his still. So
Oh yeah, I like Tomo. Tomo was fun to watch. Like I remember when he was on our team. Uh, he wasn't like super flashy, but I think that he got the job done, right? Like he literally did everything that you needed a bot lane player to do. Just no questions. He's just, you want me to play Cassiopeia, I'll play Cassiopeia. You need me to play whatever, I'll play whatever. You want me to do weak side, I'll do weak side. He is just like, he was a really nice role player to watch, because I feel like sometimes in bot lane you don't really get that anymore, and it's more like, if you're in bot lane, you're kind of having to be this like more kind of like star player that has to like have these like amazing like highlight plays. And with Tomo, he's just like, I don't care about highlight plays. Just I'm just I'm just here to do my job.
oh yeah, and he had a really big champion pool too. He played Cassiopeia and a few other mages bot lane too back when it was like cool. So maybe we'll get a Ziggs this weekend
Ooh,
while he's still strong.
we
So
haven't seen a lot of Ziggs in the LCS.
no, who he pulled it out once, which was cool. I know that Cloud9's banned it a few times,
Yeah, I have seen that.
which I don't know why, because he's beatable. Perks can just pull out a LeBlanc or something, or a Zir and just like wave clear him to death. So I don't know. I would like to see Ziggs though, but we will actually see them this weekend. Do you want to run through our schedule for LCS?
Yeah, so LCS we have FlyQuest at 7, Dig uh at 8 on Saturday, and Evil Geniuses at 7 on Sunday. I guess we're kind of getting too far ahead, because we actually need to talk about last week's games. Um, I
True.
think the team looked a lot better.
Yes. Uh-huh. I don't remember the comps from Friday because but that was only game I watched live too, so go figure.
Yeah, I think on the whole, I don't necessarily remember much either, composition wise. Like I'd
Oh,
have to
we
look
played
up.
Trundle, didn't we?
We did for TSM. I can't
Oh, that was
remember if we
Sunday.
did it against Immortals. Um, but I think on the whole, the team looked way better this week. They looked a lot more like together. Like I think versus like the last week of games, where we just seemed to be kind of all scattered about, and kind of like didn't really seem like we knew like what we were doing and like playing together. This week we seem to like look a lot more together. Perks looked a lot better. I think it is because of the hat. He apparently was having some glare issues due to like an eye surgery. Um, but it seems that he's more focused. Blabber seems to be more focused. I have noticed that we've been like starting to like kind of like give away some objectives in the early game if like we're not positioned right. Like, so Blabber's not just going in and like randomly just coin flipping for a scuttle crab, or we're just like inting at a herald when it's like we don't really need first herald. that First Herald, I think in and of itself seems to be just like an optional go-to for whatever team, and it doesn't really net you that much, and it doesn't really decide if you win the game or not. So, we've kind of been like letting other teams get those. We've been letting teams get like, like First Dragons, stuff like that. So I think that um all in all, the team looks a lot more together, and that's really good to see that they have kind of bounced back at least a little bit.
Yeah, and it was good to see them drafting to their strengths a little bit. It looked like Blabber looked a lot more comfortable on Diana this weekend, which was good. Because I remember him playing like last week or 2 weeks ago, and it was not very good. But this week he pulled it out twice. He didn't have a huge impact against Immortals, but 9 assists. He actually almost got a Flame Horizon too. So I guess I'm lying. He did play well, but a big game against Team Liquid too for him. And
Yeah. I think him and Perks had like really big games in Immortals in Team Liquid.
Yeah. I haven't played the Yone Azir matchup yet as Azir, but I don't think that's how it's supposed to go because Perks completely shit on him.
No, yeah, I was seeing in the comments like a lot of people arguing like, is this how the Perks Yone like the not the Perks the is this how the supposed like uh Yone Azir matchup is supposed to go? And some people are like, no, it's not supposed to do this. It's supposed
I don't
to.
think so.
It's really odd. I always imagined that like Yone would just get really zoned out because um you know y- Azir has just so much range, and you know there's just there's nothing that Yone can really do to like stop Azir from like just poking out and like utilizing the range advantage. So I always imagined that Yone would kind of lose, and he would just be in a bad spot. But apparently that's maybe not the case.
Yeah, because Jensen went 0-2-2. Blabber or not Blabber. Perks had 80 more CS than him at the end of the game, and he finished 3.5 items, probably 4 if he had went back and bought. But Jensen had a Ludens and a Zonia's, and then a Oblivion Orb at 31 minutes in the game. So I don't think that's how it's supposed to go. But
No, I think it also
what do I
maybe
know?
just I think it also just shows like mage items are not just the best right now. You know,
No, that as a mage player, I can confirm that.
yeah, because we've been seeing like so many like other picks just in mid lane that aren't mages, and it seems that just every other item set is sort of just better than mage items currently.
Yeah, and I think or they did buff him a little bit, so we'll see how that plays out. But they are nerfing Ziggs again, which kind of hurts. They're taking away some of his mana costs, or they're adding to his mana, or they're taking mana from his mana pool, and they're also nerfing Karma too, which sucks because those are my 2 picks.
It had to happen, Frozen.
Not really. Not Nocturne's been giga jacked all season. Lee Sin's been super strong. Lucian's been super strong. All these other champions have been super strong. Ziggs, one patch, bam,
Well,
cut off his knees. So I'm annoyed at that, but that's
yeah.
beside the point. I played him, yeah, weaker points, so we will see. But I feel like the biggest event of the weekend was TSM. Um, we kind of got our ankles cut off
Yeah, I don't think
at
I don't think we
at
can
minute
really
two.
talk much about that game because we kind of lost it from the beginning with Vulcan's misstep walking into that brush, and then since our bot lane was then like really weak, they immediately did a gank, like a level 2 tower dive gank, and we were just so behind, like there was nothing we could really do. Like I kind of quit watching after TSM went to the first Baron, but I heard that like Perks and Blabber were like really trying to keep us in it. But like with if Aphelios is behind, it just makes his damage output not as good, and then you just can't do what you need to really, try to fulfill that win condition of big, big damage. So I really don't have that many notes on it. It's just we lost due to a lot of like really big, bad, or like just I wouldn't even say early game. I would say pre-game since it happened before minions spawned. Mistakes.
Or yeah, I I would say that they did a really good job like fighting back into the game. They didn't really deserve to be in it after that first like this snowball, but they did fight back and bring it pretty late into the game. Like Aphelios, I think he ended up with 3 items, which is pretty good based on where he was. Um, but at the end of the day, Perks and Sven, you just couldn't quite bring us back. I will say Fudge had a really good game though.
Yeah, but then again, it's fudge. It's the fudge factor. It's you know, that's just fudge doing fudge things. But I think for this weekend we should have a pretty easy time. Flag Quest easy. Dig, I would say we should be able to win that. I haven't really been able to judge how good they are with Acadian rather than Dardoch in the jungle. They've looked about the same, to be honest. Um,
Yeah,
Evil Geniuses we should be able to beat, but I think every now and then we do sort of just have a hiccup, and then Evil Geniuses manage to beat us. So I think we'll have another 2-1 week, if not like a 3-0. Uh, so it should be a good week for us, all things
yeah.
considered.
I just looked at the TSM game, and Fudge had a Flame Horizon.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, so but yeah, you're looking at this weekend. Evil Genius has beat us twice now. Is that correct?
I think
Or
so.
just once? Is something like that. I can't remember if we played them once or twice, but yeah, they've been playing really well. Danny had a huge pop off game against FlyQuest last week, so he's been in really good form. Can I bring up something I said before the season started?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I said Evil Geniuses was going to Worlds and FlyQuest was going to suck, and both of them are correct so far.
So far, you
Maybe,
are you are the prophet.
maybe. So I guess yeah, we'll see on how it plays out because there are only 3 world spots. So, but Evil Genius has upgraded with Danny and the bot lane, and they seem more stable. So I think that's going to come down to how we can draft and not into way the game. So that's going to be what I'm looking out for in that game. And Dig, yeah, Cadian's in, and I feel like he hasn't made enough of a difference to make them good, but he did come in on in on no scrim time. So a few weeks in, maybe it's going to be about time for him to step up and make some big plays. But I hope it's not against us.
Yeah, I will also say Danny has been impressing a lot of people with his play. He's been a really standout AD carry so far this summer. So it'll be a good, interesting game bot lane. So hopefully it won't get too crazy, but it should be really fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I actually have a wedding to go to this weekend, so I don't know if I'll get to watch any of them live. Maybe FlyQuest. So I'm gonna be muted on Twitter again. So I'm kind of sad about it, but I guess if I wasn't doing anything, I'd be horribly bored anyway. So,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna say a 3-0 weekend because I don't know if I've been correct yet this year or this split.
it's been really hard to predict with the extra game.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go 3-0. We are going to figure out how we can be EG. So, and it looks like Kumo is playing both ways this week. Yeah,
Okay.
just F FYI.
Well, we'll have to see. I don't have anything else. So
No, me neither.
thanks for listening. Be sure to follow us at C9 Bodied. Check out Chris on Twitter and his show as well. And we'll see you again next time.
Yep. See you guys next week. Bye.